Let's talk about advertising. Not the glamorous, award-winning kind, full of vague promises and pretty pictures, but the kind that actually sells stuff. You know, the kind that makes you say, wow, that worked. And here's the twist. The most effective advertising usually doesn't come from someone's clever idea. It comes from cold, hard testing. The big problem in advertising is that most people rely on opinions. Someone likes bold headlines. Someone else says headlines ruin perfume ads. An artist insists that pen and ink drawings look modern. Sounds familiar, right? But here's the deal. None of these are facts. They're just personal preferences, sometimes based on random stuff like a favorite color or something a former boss once said. And if you're spending money based on that, you're probably wasting it. What really matters is this. What actually works? What kind of headline makes people stop and read? Which image makes them pay attention? What offer gets them to pull out their wallet? Those are the questions that matter, and the only real way to answer them is through testing. But let's see the two types of advertisers. The testers. These folks test everything. Direct mail companies, department stores, even supermarket chains. They're obsessed with numbers. Every ad, every placement, every variation, they track it all. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't run. The non-testers. Then you have the rest, the ones who run campaigns based on gut feeling or tradition. They throw out beautiful ads and hope for the best. Sometimes they get lucky. Usually they have no idea what actually worked and what didn't. Here's a crazy real-life example. 2 ads for the same product. Same layout, same publication. One ad sells 19 times more than the other. Why? One had the right appeal, the other didn't. That's not a fluke, it's the power of testing. Would you rather have 20 ads that look great, or one that quietly crushes the others in sales? Exactly. So, where to start when planning an ad campaign? Step 1. Forget what you think you know. Step 2. Test. Here's how the pros do it. Try out a bunch of ads, headlines, designs, messages in small tests. Find what performs best. Then scale it. Test it in different media, different places, different times. Learn which platforms work for your audience and your product. Even the type of media, magazines versus radio versus direct mail, should be tested. You're not just testing ads, you're testing whole ecosystems. Look, sometimes you don't have the time or money to run big pre-tests. That's okay. That's when you learn from people who already did the testing. Use their results, not theories. Because too often, the final call on an ad is made by someone who knows nothing about advertising. Maybe they're great at running a company, but ad testing, not their thing, and that can cost you a lot. Here are 3 classic ways to test. Retail sales. Run an ad. Check the sales the next day. Simple, powerful. Test cities. Try one version of your ad in one area, another version somewhere else. See which performs better. Key numbers. Use unique codes in your ads like DEPT A23 on a coupon. That way, when customers respond, you know exactly which ad they saw. No guessing, just data. Key numbers change the game. They made it possible to track ad performance the same way doctors use X-rays, precise and revealing. What about inquiries? Do they even matter? You might be thinking, I don't care about inquiries, I want sales. Fair point. But here's what decades of research shows. The ads that bring the most inquiries usually bring the most sales. Of course, you have to filter out junk leads, like the people who respond just to get free stuff. That's why your offer has to be consistent across all ads. No gimmicks, no tricks. That way, you get clean data. If you remember just 2 things from this, let them be these. The best advertising is scientific. It's not about trends or gut feelings. It's about knowing what works through testing. Headlines, images, messages, media. Everything should be tested. You can do this yourself. You don't need $1 million agency. Just be curious. Be methodical. Keep track of what you change. See what works and what doesn't. Advertising shouldn't be a mystery. It should be measurable. In the end, advertising isn't about being clever. It's about being clear. It's not about winning awards. It's about winning attention and turning it into action. So stop guessing, start testing, and watch what happens. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more direct response content.